The Torah has a whole paragraph explaining the laws of what should be done with a really bad and rebellious son. It describes all the terrible things that he's doing, and that his behavior is so terrible that both of his parents bring him to court. There, the Torah instructs judges to investigate if this is true, and if it is, give him capital punishment. What? I understand this kid could be so bad, but both parents together should bring him to be executed? Even if the child is terrible, what normal parent would do that? I understand that sometimes a kid could have one of his parents crazy, but both of them? How is it possible? As a matter of fact, the description of this boy is so outrageous that the Talmud says that this law was never used in practice. It is impossible to be that bad. The Talmud says that this statute ended up being purely theoretical. So why does the Torah, a book of practical rules, give us a law that cannot be applied in practice? Well, this is because it wants us to learn many lessons from it. And here is one of them. The Torah writes that this boy is not listening to the voice of his father and to the voice of his mother. If we know the general rule that the Torah is always conveying us its information in the most concise form, then it begs a question. It should have been written that the boy is not listening to the voice of his parents. Why does it write the voice of his father and the voice of his mother? So many extra words. But that's the point. There were two different voices. And that was the reason why the child came out the way he did. People always disagree with each other. And Jews disagree with each other probably twice as often. But it is crucial that when parents say something to their kid, it should be in a single voice. A child should love, respect, and listen to both parents. If they give him contradictory instructions, he is receiving mixed messages, and he loses trust to both of them. Chances are that he will not do either one of their instructions. This is how he learns to dismiss what either one of them is saying. I assume that in most cases, sending a child mixed messages is even worse than sending him wrong messages. If you see your spouse telling your child something which you think is wrong, you need to discuss it with your spouse separately, not in front of the child, and then come back with a unified decision. But if it cannot be done, in most of cases, maybe it's better to leave it as is. A mitzvah of honoring parents is written in the Ten Commandments on the first of the two tablets among the mitzvot that pertain to our relationship with God. Not on the second tablet that discusses our relationship with other people. Our connection to our parents is our first and primary understanding of authority. If our children never learn proper respect to their parents, they might struggle with relating to any authority in their life later on. And you know what? Honoring both parents is one mitzvah. We don't have a separate commandment to honor the father and a separate commandment to honor the mother. A child perceives them as one whole entity. If this one entity is divided and is contradicting itself, it falls apart. The Torah continues with the story of this little boy and says that both parents bring the child to the court. You see, here they found something to agree on. They both understand that the child turned out to be rotten. Now they agree. And this hypothetical child will be put to death. Parents didn't understand that when they were sending mixed messages to this child and arguing with each other, they were killing him inside. When the child sees his parents disagreeing, especially about what he should do, his world is crumbling. He's dying inside.